My precious child, today is not an ordinary day. The air around you is carrying something unusual. The atmosphere in your home is shifting even now. And I, Archangel Michael, am sent with a message that will mark this day as one you will remember for the rest of your life. Listen carefully. Today will be a very surprising day of your life. Not because of chaos, not because of loss, but because something you prayed for in silence is about to knock at your door. Big good news is coming to your home. Yes, your home. But you must be ready to receive it. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. For weeks, maybe months, you have felt a strange tension in your spirit. A feeling that something is about to change. Some nights you could not sleep. Some mornings you woke up with unexplained anticipation. That was not anxiety. That was preparation. Heaven hath been arranging something behind the scenes. There were delays that frustrated you. There were closed doors that made you question everything. But what you did not see was that protection was happening. I stood guard when you felt vulnerable. I redirected what was meant to distract you. I fought battles in realms you cannot see so that this blessing could arrive untouched. And now, the moment is near. But hear me clearly, the blessing will only feel like a blessing if your heart is ready. Because sometimes, when good news comes suddenly, it shocks the mind. It feels unreal. You may even doubt it. You may question whether you deserve it. That hesitation can block what is already at your doorstep. That is why this message reaches you before the news arrives. Prepare your heart. Here is something about your home that heaven has noticed. The quiet prayers whispered in the kitchen. The tears wiped away in the bedroom when no one was watching. The hope you kept alive even when the situation looked impossible. Your faith has been recorded. Today, a shift is happening inside your household. Conversations will change. Energy will lift. A phone call, a message, an approval, a confirmation. Something tangible is aligning. And when it arrives, it will not just affect you. It will impact everyone under your roof. This is generational. The blessing coming to your home carries restoration. It carries relief. It carries proof that you were never forgotten. But here is the warning wrapped inside the promise. Do not let fear greet the miracle. Sometimes when we have been disappointed too many times, we build emotional walls. We say, I will believe it when I see it. But today, you must believe before you see. Your readiness is the key that unlocks the door fully. There is a reason this message found you now. You almost gave up yesterday. You almost stopped praying about that specific thing. You almost convinced yourself to settle for less. But heaven said no. Not yet. Not this one. And I was sent to remind you. The story is not over. The chapter you are in is not the final page. In fact, it is the turning point. Something surprising is beautiful when your spirit is aligned with it. And your spirit has been trained through endurance. Do you remember the disappointment that made you stronger? Do you remember the betrayal that forced you to depend on God alone? Do you remember the silence that taught you patience? All of it was preparation. Because what is coming is bigger than a small celebration. It is the type of news that shifts perspective. The kind that makes you say, this could only be God. And when it happens, do not minimize it. Celebrate it openly. Give thanks immediately. Speak gratitude over your home the moment the news arrives. Gratitude seals blessing. Doubt delays them. I need you to do something today. Clean a small space in your home. It may seem symbolic, but it is spiritual. Open a window. Let fresh air in. Whisper, I am ready to receive. These actions align your physical world with your spiritual expectation. Because readiness is not passive, it is active faith. You are not just waiting, you are positioning. Some of you will receive financial breakthrough. Some will receive relational restoration. Some will receive health reports that change everything. And some will receive an opportunity that elevates your entire household. Different forms, same source. And when it happens, remember this moment. Remember that you were warned, not of danger, but of favor. Today will be a very surprising day of your life. Not because everything changes at once, but because one piece shifts, and that piece changes everything. Do not ignore the signs today. Pay attention to small movements. Pay attention to sudden peace. Pay attention to unexpected kindness. These are signals. I am standing guard at the entrance of your breakthrough. But you must open the door. You must receive without fear. You must believe without hesitation. Because the good news is closer than you think. It is already on its way to your home. And today you will understand why the wait was necessary. Beloved soul, pause for a moment and breathe this in deeply, because what I am about to reveal will prepare you in a way you did not expect. The surprising day I spoke of is not only about an external event. It is also about an internal shift. Before the good news reaches your home physically, it must first settle inside your spirit. And this is where many lose their blessing, not because heaven changed its mind, but because doubt spoke louder than faith. I, Archangel Michael, stand as a guardian not only over your circumstances, but over your mindset. The enemy often tries to plant small seeds of disbelief right before breakthrough. Thoughts like, what if it doesn't happen? Or what if this is another disappointment? May try to whisper in your ear. Recognize these thoughts for what they are. Distractions designed to weaken your expectation. Today, something unusual will break routine. It may look simple at first. A conversation may shift tone. A delayed response may suddenly come through. A door that seemed sealed may quietly open. Do not dismiss small beginnings. The greatest miracles often enter quietly before they become undeniable. Your home carries spiritual memory. The walls have heard your prayers. The floors have witnessed your pacing during restless nights. The table has held unpaid bills, unanswered letters, and silent tears. But those same walls, floors, and tables are about to witness celebration. This is not imagination. This is alignment. Understand this deeply. When heaven releases good news, it comes with responsibility. You must not shrink in the moment. When the call comes, answer with confidence. When the message arrives, read it with gratitude. When the opportunity is presented, do not say, "Let me think about it," out of fear. Say, "Thank you, I receive." Because readiness is bold. There has been a spiritual inspection around your life. Your endurance has been tested. Your character has been refined. The waiting season was not punishment. It was preparation. I was sent ahead of this blessing to clear resistance you never saw. Battles were fought on your behalf while you slept. Paths were straightened while you worried. Protection surrounded your name when others spoke against you. Now the reward phase begins. But listen carefully. This blessing will also reveal who truly stands with you. When good news enters a home, it exposes hidden attitudes. Some will celebrate sincerely. Some will smile outwardly but wrestle inwardly. Do not let that disturb you. Your focus must remain on gratitude, not on reactions. If this message resonates with your spirit right now, I want you to anchor yourself here. This is not the time to scroll past lightly. There is a reason you are hearing these words at this exact moment. Share this message with someone in your home or someone you love who has been waiting for breakthrough. Let faith circulate in your circle. When you engage with this word, by liking, commenting your agreement, and subscribing to this channel, you are not just supporting a video. You are declaring publicly, I am ready for my good news. And heaven honors bold declarations. Something is shifting in your favor even as you listen. There will be a moment today when you feel a sudden calm. That calm is confirmation. That peace is evidence. The spirit of fear will attempt one final whisper, but it will not overpower what hath been ordained. Hold your expectation steady, because once this good news lands in your home, momentum will follow. It will not stop at one blessing. It will create a chain reaction. Confidence will return. Laughter will return. Planning for the future will return. You will look back at this very day and say, this is where it changed. And trust me, what unfolds next will make every delay make sense. You will want to stay attentive, because the next revelation explains why the timing had to be exactly now. Chosen one, there is a sacred tension in the air right now, and it is not by accident. You have stepped into the edge of fulfillment. The good news that is approaching your home is not random luck, and it is not a temporary emotional high. It is the result of alignment between your endurance and divine timing. I, Archangel Michael, was assigned to stand watch over this alignment so that what is meant for you does not pass you by. There were moments when you felt overlooked. You watched others receive breakthroughs while your situation remained unchanged. You questioned whether your prayers were delayed or denied. But what you did not see was the divine recalibration taking place. Certain pieces had to move. Certain conversations had to happen behind closed doors. Certain hearts had to be softened. Heaven was not silent. Heaven was strategic. This is why today carries surprise. Because when something is prepared carefully, it arrives suddenly. The news that is entering your home will answer a specific prayer. Not a general wish, not a vague hope, but a specific cry you released when you thought no one was listening. The details matter. The timing matters. And your readiness matters most. You must understand something deeply. Blessings require space. If your heart is cluttered with resentment, if your mind is crowded with past failures, the joy of what is coming may feel overwhelming instead of fulfilling. That is why I am speaking to you now. Release the old narrative. You are not the person who failed before. You are not the version of yourself that doubted. You have evolved through endurance. The surprising nature of this day is intentional. If you had known exactly when it would happen, you might have tried to control it. You might have forced outcomes. Instead, you were taught to surrender. Surrender is what made room for miracle. There is something powerful about your home specifically. The blessing is not just for you as an individual. It is for the atmosphere of your household. Peace will increase. Stability will increase. A new sense of direction will enter. Even the way conversations flow will shift. Tension that once lingered will begin to dissolve. But hear me clearly. When the good news arrives, respond immediately with gratitude. Do not analyze it to the point of draining its joy. Do not question whether it will last. Receive it fully. Say the words out loud. Thank you, God. Those words activate continuation. Some of you will receive confirmation regarding finances. Some will receive restoration in relationships. Some will receive opportunity that elevates your status. Whatever form it takes, recognize it as a divine signature. It will feel aligned. You will feel peaceful. It will not feel forced. There is also a test hidden inside this blessing. Not a test of suffering, but a test of humility. When favor increases, remain grounded. When doors open, remain grateful. The same faith you had in waiting must remain in receiving. I am assigned to guard what is yours, but you must guard your mindset. Do not allow negativity from others to contaminate your joy. Not everyone will understand your journey. Not everyone witnessed your tears. But heaven did, and that is enough. This is the turning of a page. The waiting season trained you. The delay refined you. The silence strengthened you. Now the announcement stage begins. And when it does, something inside you will whisper, "This is it." Trust that whisper, because this day will mark a memory. Years from now, you will remember how it felt when everything shifted. You will remember the calm before the message arrived. You will remember the subtle sign that something was different. And in that moment, you will realize that nothing was wasted. If this message is speaking directly to your spirit, do something prophetic right now. Type "I am ready for my good news" in the comments as a declaration of faith. Lesson code 345 is now activated over your whole. Let that number remind you that divine order is aligning in your favor. And now, as this blessing code settles over you, understand something greater. When you sow into a word that feeds your spirit, you become part of the river that carries it to others. Scripture declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." And this is not a distant verse. It is God speaking directly into this moment, inviting you to participate in the harvest of souls. If this message has strengthened your faith, let your response be more than emotion. Let it be action. When you release a super thanks, join membership, or send support through the PayPal link in the description, you are not funding a channel. You are fueling a mission. You are helping this word reach homes that are on the edge of giving up. You are becoming a vessel through which light travels. I declare that as you sow into spreading God's word, open heavens will respond over your own life. Provision will meet you. Peace will guard you. Increase will locate you. Do not hesitate when your spirit nudges you. Obedience in this moment is prophetic alignment. Step into it boldly. Activate your giving. Become part of the movement that carries this divine message across nations. Faithful heart, something deeper is unfolding beneath the surface of this surprising day. What is arriving at your home is not just news. It is confirmation that you were seen the entire time. I, Archangel Michael, do not speak lightly when I say that this moment was defended fiercely. There were forces that tried to delay it, discourage you, and redirect your focus. Yet here you stand, still believing, still listening, still open. That alone qualifies you for what is coming. There is a divine rhythm to breakthrough. First comes the pressure, then comes the silence. After that, a subtle stirring begins. And finally, the release. You are no longer in the pressure stage. You are no longer in the silence. You are in the stirring. You may not fully see it yet, but you can feel it. Something is lighter. Something is aligning. Even your thoughts are beginning to carry a different tone. This is how favor approaches, quietly at first. You might notice small hints today, a sudden message that changes your mood, an unexpected compliment, a shift in someone's attitude toward you. These are not random events. They are indicators that the atmosphere around your home is changing. The good news will not feel forced. It will feel natural, as if it always belonged to you. But remember this. When something finally arrives after a long wait, it can trigger disbelief. You might think, Is this really happening? That reaction is normal, but do not let it dominate. Instead, ground yourself in gratitude. Say internally, I trust this blessing. That simple trust strengthens its foundation. Your home is about to experience renewed energy. Where there was heaviness, there will be clarity. Where there was tension, there will be relief. Even if the external change seems focused on one area, finances, career, relationships, health, the ripple effect will touch everything. Because blessings do not come alone. They carry momentum. You have learned resilience through delay. You have learned patience through unanswered questions. Now you are learning reception. And receiving can be just as challenging as waiting. Waiting requires endurance. Receiving requires confidence. Confidence is not arrogance. It is agreement with heaven. Agree that you are worthy of good news. Agree that your prayers were valid. Agree that your tears were not wasted. Agree that this shift is deserved. There is also something else you must prepare for. When the good news enters your home, responsibility increases. New opportunities require wise decisions. Restored relationships require maturity. Financial growth requires discipline. Do not fear this responsibility. You have already been trained for it. Every challenge you faced sharpened your discernment. Every disappointment strengthened your boundaries. Every delay taught you timing. This is why the blessing is arriving now and not before. I want you to pay attention to your words today. Speak positively about your future. Do not rehearse old failures in conversation. Do not joke about expecting the worst. Your language creates atmosphere. Let your home hear hope from your mouth. And when the confirmation finally lands, whether through a phone call, an email, a face-to-face conversation, or an unexpected opportunity, pause for a moment. Take a breath. Feel the gratitude fully. Let the joy settle instead of rushing past it. You will sense something undeniable. A calm certainty. A quiet assurance that says this was meant for me. That certainty is divine alignment. There may even be a small detail in the news that mirrors a past prayer almost word for word. When you notice it, understand that it is not coincidence. It is evidence that heaven was listening carefully. Some of you have been carrying private doubts about your future. You wondered if your best days were behind you. You questioned whether new doors could still open. Let this day answer that doubt permanently. Your story is not shrinking. It is expanding. The surprising nature of this day is part of its beauty. You were not meant to predict it. You were meant to be positioned for it. And you are. I stand as a witness to the battles you survived. I stand as a guardian over the threshold of your breakthrough. Nothing that belongs to you will be stolen. Nothing that was promised will be reversed. Stay attentive. Stay grateful. Stay open. Because as this day continues to unfold, you will begin to see pieces fall into place in ways that feel almost effortless. And when it becomes clear, when the reality of it settles into your home, you will finally understand why the waiting season had to be exactly as long as it was. There is more unfolding, and what is about to be revealed next will show you the deeper purpose behind this blessing. Steady your heart now, because what you are stepping into is larger than a single moment of celebration. The good news coming to your home is not just about relief. It is about redirection. I, Archangel Michael, need you to understand that this blessing carries assignment. It is not random favor. It is purposeful elevation. You have been asking for change, but deep inside, you were also afraid of what change might require. Growth demands courage. Expansion demands responsibility. and breakthrough demands maturity. That is why the waiting season stretched you. It was never meant to break you. It was meant to build capacity within you. Capacity is the hidden key. If this blessing had arrived a year ago, you might have mishandled it. If it had come during your most emotional season, you might have doubted it away. But now you are steadier. You are wiser. You are less reactive and more discerning. That transformation did not happen overnight. It happened through silent battles, through tears no one saw, through prayers whispered when you felt alone. And heaven took note of every single one. There is something significant about the timing of today. You may think it is just another date on the calendar, but spiritually, it marks a shift in authority over your life. Where you once felt powerless, you will now feel positioned. Where you once felt uncertain, you will now feel directed. The good news that enters your home will ignite something within you. It will remind you of who you are. It will restore confidence that was slowly fading. It will cause you to dream again, not cautiously, but boldly. But listen carefully. Do not let excitement turn into haste. When doors open quickly, the temptation is to rush. Move forward, yes, but move with clarity. Pray before decisions. Confirm before commitments. The blessing is secure, but wisdom sustains it. You may also notice something interesting. As your situation begins to shift positively, certain distractions may suddenly try to pull your attention. Old worries may resurface. Minor conflicts may attempt to escalate. This is not coincidence. It is resistance reacting to your advancement. Do not engage with it emotionally. Stay focused on what is unfolding in your favor. Your peace is protection. I am assigned to guard you, but you must guard your reactions. When you respond with calm instead of panic, you maintain alignment. When you respond with gratitude instead of suspicion, you strengthen the blessing. This is also a moment of internal healing. Some of you stopped expecting good news because disappointment became familiar. You built emotional armor to avoid being hurt again. But today, that armor must come off. You cannot fully receive joy while preparing for disaster. Let hope breathe again. Your home will feel different. Even if no one can immediately explain it, there will be a lightness. Conversations will flow easier. Smiles will return more naturally. Laughter that once felt forced will become genuine. This is restoration at work. And understand this deeply. What is coming will not only solve a problem, it will create new opportunity. It will open doors you did not even know were possible. One yes will lead to another. One confirmation will trigger another conversation. One breakthrough will reveal another level. Momentum is building. Do not underestimate small beginnings. The first sign may appear modest, but within it lies expansion. A seed does not look like a forest, yet it contains one. Likewise, this good news may look simple at first glance, but its impact will unfold over time. I want you to practice something today. Every hour, pause briefly and whisper, I am aligned with my blessing. This keeps your spirit centered. It reminds you that what is happening is not accidental. And when doubt tries to creep in, counter it immediately. Say this is confirmation, not coincidence. Train your thoughts to agree with divine movement. There is also someone connected to you who will be positively affected by this news. A family member, a close friend, someone who has been watching your struggle quietly. Your breakthrough will strengthen their faith. Your testimony will become their encouragement. This is bigger than you realize. The surprising nature of today is not just about shock value. It is about awakening you to your value. awakening you to divine timing, awakening you to the truth that you were never abandoned. You were being prepared. And now, preparation meets opportunity. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Stay aware. Because what unfolds next will reveal how this blessing connects to something even greater than your current expectation. Courageous spirit, you are closer now than you have ever been. The atmosphere around your life is charged with movement. What once felt delayed is now accelerating. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you at this precise moment because the shift is no longer subtle. It is active. You may have already sensed it today. A change in tone, a shift in conversation, an unexpected opening. Something that would normally take weeks is suddenly moving faster. This is not pressure. This is propulsion. When divine timing activates, events align quickly. What seemed complicated becomes simple. What seemed blocked becomes clear. But here is where you must remain steady. Acceleration can feel overwhelming if you are not anchored in faith. Do not let speed create anxiety. The good news entering your home carries clarity, not confusion. If something feels chaotic, pause and breathe. The blessing itself will feel peaceful, even if it requires action. Peace is your confirmation. There is a powerful difference between emotional excitement and spiritual assurance. Emotional excitement is loud and impulsive. Spiritual assurance is calm and confident. What is arriving for you will carry that calm confidence. You will know it is right because it will not demand panic. It will invite trust. I need you to protect your focus in this hour. When progress begins, distractions increase. Old fears may try to whisper louder. People who were silent before may suddenly have opinions. Stay centered. Not every voice deserves your attention. Remember, you prayed for this. You asked for movement. Now that it is happening, do not shrink back. This is also a moment where your response matters publicly. When the good news manifests, speak positively about it. Testify about it. Do not downplay it out of fear of judgment. Your voice carries power. And let me speak directly about something important. If this message is strengthening you, if you feel clarity rising in your spirit, do not keep that momentum silent. Engage with this word. Like this video as a declaration of agreement. Share it with someone who has been waiting for breakthrough. Comment your faith openly. Subscribe to this channel and become part of this growing movement of light. When you actively support messages that lift your spirit, you align yourself with the flow of encouragement that reaches countless homes. And hold on, because what is about to be revealed next will connect everything in a way you did not expect. Momentum is building not only around you, but within you. You are thinking differently. You are reacting differently. The same situation that once would have drained you now strengthens you. A transformation is proof that you are ready. There is also something strategic happening behind the scenes. Conversations are aligning in rooms you have never entered. Decisions are being made that will benefit you directly. Your name is being spoken in favorable contexts. You may not see it yet, but it is unfolding. Trust the unseen process. Your home is about to witness evidence of divine orchestration. And when it does, there will be no doubt that this is more than luck. Be mindful of gratitude in this season. Gratitude multiplies acceleration. Complaining slows it. Even if everything is not fully resolved yet, thank God for what has already begun. Some of you are on the edge of a financial shift. Some are stepping into restored relationships. Some are about to receive confirmation about a career opportunity that seemed impossible. Whatever form it takes, recognize it as part of a larger pattern. This is elevation. But elevation requires emotional maturity. Do not allow pride to sneak in. Do not allow fear to take control. Balance is key. Stay humble. Stay hopeful. You are entering a chapter where things begin to make sense. Connections you did not understand before will become clear. Delays you once resented will reveal purpose, and as clarity increases, so will your confidence. I stand as a witness to this transition. Nothing that was meant to harm you will override what is meant to bless you. Nothing that tried to delay you will have the final word. Keep your posture steady. Keep your heart open. Because what unfolds next will reveal the deeper spiritual meaning behind this surprising day, and it will confirm that this is only the beginning of something far greater. Brave heart, what is unfolding now is not just an event. It is a revelation. The surprising day I spoke of is beginning to reveal its deeper layers. What you thought was simply good news is actually divine confirmation of your identity. I, Archangel Michael, am not only guarding your blessing, I am guarding your transformation. Because the truth is this: the greatest shift is not what is happening around you. It is what is happening within you. You are no longer the person who once begged for scraps of validation. You are no longer the version of yourself that accepted less than you deserved. The waiting season stripped away insecurity. The silence removed dependency on external approval. And now, when the good news arrives at your home, it will meet a stronger, wiser version of you. That is why this blessing will last. There is something powerful about earned confidence. Not arrogance, not pride, but quiet certainty. The kind of certainty that says, I have survived too much to doubt this now. That certainty is rising in you. Even if you cannot fully articulate it, you feel it. And here is something crucial you must understand. This blessing is not only about reward, it is about restoration of belief. Somewhere along the journey, part of you stopped expecting beautiful outcomes. You hoped but cautiously. You dreamed but quietly. Now heaven is restoring bold expectation. When the good news fully settles into your home, it will awaken vision again. Plans you postponed will resurface. Ideas you abandoned will return with clarity. Conversations about the future will no longer feel uncertain, they will feel possible. But listen carefully. With renewed vision comes renewed responsibility. You must guard your environment. Protect your peace intentionally. Not everyone is meant to access your inner circle. Not everyone needs to know every detail of your breakthrough. Share wisely. Celebrate sincerely. But maintain discernment. Because growth attracts attention. Some attention will be positive and supportive. Some will be curious but neutral. And some may be quietly envious. Do not allow that to disturb you. What is meant for you cannot be reduced by someone else's opinion. This is also the moment where gratitude becomes your foundation. Every time you reflect on how far you have come, you strengthen the blessing's roots. Every time you acknowledge divine protection in your past, you deepen trust for your future. You may even start noticing patterns you overlooked before. Situations that once seemed like random hardship now reveal hidden preparation. Relationships that ended painfully now showed their purpose. Delays that frustrated you now appear strategic. Clarity is one of the greatest forms of blessing. And here is the deeper revelation. The good news coming to your home is not the end goal. It is the doorway. Beyond it lies expansion you have not yet imagined. Some of you will discover talents you suppressed. Some will step into leadership roles unexpectedly. Some will become a source of stability for others because of what you have overcome. This day is planting seeds for a larger season. You are being repositioned. Repositioned from surviving to thriving, a position from doubting to declaring, a position from waiting to walking. I stand watch as this transition completes. Nothing that tried to discourage you will have authority over this new chapter. The same strength that carried you through difficulty will now carry you through opportunity. Be attentive in the coming hours. The confirmation may not arrive in the dramatic way you imagined. It may come through something simple yet powerful. A signature, a conversation, a number on a screen, a heartfelt apology, an unexpected invitation. When it comes, you will know. There will be a quiet moment where your spirit whispers, "This is what I was waiting for." Do not rush past that whisper. Let it sink in. Let it anchor you. Because this surprising day is becoming a turning point, not only in circumstance but in confidence. And as this unfolds further, you will begin to see how this blessing connects to a purpose larger than personal gain. What is about to be revealed next will show you that this shift was always meant to ripple beyond your own home. Radiant soul, what you are experiencing now is the unfolding of a divine ripple. The good news that has entered your home was never designed to stop at your front door. I, Archangel Michael, reveal this to you now because the blessing is expanding beyond personal relief. It is becoming influence. You may have initially thought this day was only about solving a problem or answering a prayer. But look deeper. Notice how your mindset has shifted. Notice how your conversations are changing. Notice how hope has returned not just to you, but to those around you. This is how divine favor works. It restores one person, then strengthens an entire environment. There is someone close to you who hath been watching your journey silently. They observed your patience. They saw your disappointment. They noticed how you continued believing even when outcomes were uncertain. Your breakthrough is speaking louder to them than any sermon ever could. This is legacy in motion. The surprising nature of this day was necessary because it shattered limitation. It broke the mental ceiling you placed over your own expectations. You thought maybe things would improve slowly over time. Instead, heaven chose a sudden shift to remind you that divine timing does not depend on human calculation. Now you stand in a new posture, not begging, not doubting, but receiving. Receiving is powerful because it acknowledges worth. It says, "I accept what had been prepared for me," and that acceptance changes how you carry yourself. You may already sense subtle confidence in your tone, a steadiness in your decisions, a clarity in your priorities. That is not accidental. The blessing is recalibrating your identity. But listen carefully. Influence requires integrity. As this new season unfolds, remain anchored in humility. Do not let success isolate you from compassion. Do not let progress make you forget the pain that shaped you. The same empathy you developed in hardship must now guide you in abundance. There will be opportunities ahead to uplift others. Conversations where your testimony brings hope. Moments where your generosity shifts someone else's atmosphere. This is part of the greater purpose attached to your breakthrough. Your home is becoming a place of light. Where once there was uncertainty, now there is assurance. Where once there was stress, now there is strategy. Where once there was quiet endurance, now there is visible reward. And yet, this is only the beginning of expansion. You may soon find yourself stepping into roles you did not plan for. Leadership in your family, responsibility in your workplace, guidance within your community. Do not shy away from these roles. You have been prepared more than you realize. The surprising day was a catalyst. It activated courage you forgot you had. It reminded you that divine support has always surrounded you. I have stood guard over your journey not just to protect you, but to position you. Now positioning becomes purpose. Be mindful of gratitude in this hour. Gratitude keeps your heart aligned. Gratitude ensures that growth does not distort your perspective. Every time you reflect on how far you have come, you secure your foundation. And if this message has illuminated something inside you, respond prophetically. Type "My home is blessed and expanding" in the comments as a declaration of alignment. Blessing code 818 is now released over your household. Let that number remind you that new beginnings and divine favor are intertwined in this season. As that blessing code settles over you, understand this sacred truth. When you sow into a message that strengthens faith, you extend its reach into homes you may never physically enter. The word declares, "Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." And this is not ancient poetry. It is God speaking into your present moment. If this revelation has ignited hope in you, let your response carry weight. When you give through super thanks, step into membership, or send support through the PayPal link in the description, you are not supporting a platform. You are advancing light. You are helping this prophetic message travel to hearts standing on the edge of despair. I declare that as you sow into this mission, divine increase will meet you. Open doors will multiply. Protection will surround your household. Provision will pursue you. Do not delay when your spirit nudges you. Obedience and generosity unlocks unseen harvest. Act boldly. Seal this moment with faith in motion. Become a partner in spreading God's word, and watch how heaven responds to your seed. The expansion has begun, and what unfolds next will reveal how far this ripple is destined to travel. Steadfast one, now that the ripple has begun, you must understand the weight of what has shifted. The surprising day was not a single event marked on a calendar. It was a spiritual crossover. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you now from the threshold of this new dimension in your life, because what happens next depends greatly on how you steward what has already arrived. You prayed for change, and change came. You asked for good news, and it entered your home. But now comes the sacred phase many overlook: preservation. Blessings must be guarded with wisdom. The excitement of breakthrough can sometimes cause people to relax spiritually. They celebrate the door opening but forget to maintain the discipline that kept them strong in the waiting season. Do not let that be you. The habits that sustained you in hardship must continue in abundance. Continue praying. Continue speaking gratitude. Continue exercising discernment. The same God who carried you through delay will sustain you through elevation. There is also a shift happening in your confidence that you may not have fully recognized yet. You are standing straighter, thinking clearer, planning further ahead. That is not pride, that is restoration of authority. When doubt ruled your thoughts, you hesitated. Now assurance is returning, and it is changing how you approach decisions. But hear this carefully. Confidence must remain connected to humility. When you remember that this breakthrough was divinely orchestrated, you will not misuse it. You will handle it with grace. You may soon face opportunities that test your boundaries, invitations that look appealing but do not align with your purpose, offers that promise quick gain but compromise peace. Be cautious. Not every open door is your assignment. The blessing you receive does not mean you accept everything that follows. Discernment protects momentum. You will sense when something is aligned. It will carry peace, not pressure. It will feel steady, not rushed. That is how you will know. There is also a relational shift taking place. People who once underestimated you are beginning to see your value differently. Some may approach you with renewed respect. Others may distance themselves quietly. Do not chase what chooses to leave, and do not cling to what no longer fits your growth. Growth reshapes circles. Your home, too, is evolving. The conversations within it are becoming more visionary. Where you once discussed survival, now you discuss strategy. Where you once worried about making it through the month, now you plan for the year. This is evidence of expansion. And yet, stay grounded. Do not forget the lessons learned in uncertainty. They are your compass. They keep you from drifting into complacency. They remind you that every blessing carries responsibility. You may even feel a new desire rising within you, a desire to help others, to guide someone who is still in the waiting season. That is not coincidence. Your testimony is becoming active. The surprising day you experienced is now a story that can strengthen someone else's faith. Share wisely. Speak authentically. But never exaggerate. The power of your journey lies in its honesty. I stand watch as this new chapter stabilizes. The battle for arrival has ended, but the discipline for maintenance has begun. Nothing that belongs to you will be removed without purpose. Nothing that was divinely assigned will fade without reason. If challenges arise, do not interpret them as reversal. Growth seasons still contain stretching, but this stretching will not resemble past strain. It will be refining, not draining. Trust the difference. There is a deeper revelation approaching, one that will connect your personal breakthrough to a larger spiritual pattern. You are not alone in this shift. Many are experiencing divine repositioning at this very hour. What unfolds next will reveal how your surprising day fits into a broader movement of restoration that is touching countless homes. Remain attentive. Remain grateful. Because the final layers of this message will unlock understanding that transforms not just your situation, but your entire perspective on divine timing. Faithful warrior, the pattern is becoming clearer now. What seemed like a single surprising day is revealing itself as the doorway to sustained transformation. I, Archangel Michael, am still standing guard over this transition because the next phase requires awareness as much as gratitude. You have crossed into new territory. The good news that entered your home with the announcement. Now comes establishment. Establishment means stability. It means the blessing is not fleeting emotion, but structured change. And so change requires intended action. Look at how your thinking has evolved in just a short time. You are no longer reacting from fear. You are responding from clarity. Situations that once triggered anxiety now invite strategy. That is growth. That is evidence that this breakthrough is anchoring itself. But let me caution you with love. When life improves, routine can quietly replace reverence. You may start to treat the miracle as normal. Do not lose your sense of wonder. The same gratitude you felt when the good news arrived must continue in the days that follow. Gratitude sustains favor. There may also be moments ahead where progress feels slower again. Do not misinterpret that as regression. After acceleration comes stabilization. Stabilization builds endurance for the next expansion. Not every day will feel dramatic, but that does not mean divine movement has stopped. Stay spiritually alert. You are entering a season where your voice carries more influence. People are listening to you differently. They sense confidence in your tone. They recognize peace in your decisions. Be mindful of what you declare. Words spoken in stability carry power. This is also a time to refine your environment. Evaluate what aligns with your new direction and what does not. Remove habits that no longer serve your growth. Distance yourself from conversations that pull you back into old thinking. You cannot walk forward while entertaining backward energy. Your home must remain a sanctuary of faith. If this message is strengthening you, do not remain passive. Engage with this word actively. Like this video as a sign that you stand in agreement with this season of establishment. Share it with someone who is still waiting for their surprising day. Comment your testimony so others can see that divine timing is real. Subscribe to this channel and become part of a community that chooses faith over fear. When you participate openly, you help amplify light in places that desperately need it. And trust me, what is about to be revealed next will bring everything full circle in a way you will not expect. There is a deeper layer to this entire journey. The surprising day was never just about external change. It was about inner authority. You now carry yourself with a new awareness that heaven responds to persistence. That awareness changes how you pray. It changes how you wait. It changes how you believe. You are no longer hoping aimlessly. You are expecting intentionally. This is maturity, and maturity attracts greater responsibility. Doors will open that require leadership. Opportunities will arise that require courage. Decisions will surface that require discernment. Do not feel intimidated. You have been prepared through every prior season. Remember the nights of uncertainty. Remember the mornings of quiet prayer. Remember the days when nothing seemed to move. Those moments built the resilience you now depend on. I remain assigned to guard what concerns you. But you must remain disciplined. Continue seeking wisdom. Continue choosing integrity. Continue prioritizing peace. The establishment phase is powerful because it solidifies what was once fragile. You are no longer standing on possibility alone. You are standing on confirmation. And as this confirmation deepens, one final revelation approaches, one that will show you why this surprising day was not just personal blessing, but divine orchestration woven into a much larger plan. Hold steady, because the conclusion of this message will seal everything you have experienced with clarity and purpose beyond what you imagine. Enduring soul, you have walked through uncertainty, stepped into surprise, and now you stand in establishment. But there is one final truth you must understand before this message is complete. The surprising day that changed your home was not just about arrival. It was about alignment with destiny. I, Archangel Michael, speak this final preparation over you because what you have entered is not temporary favor, is strategic positioning. Look back for a moment. Consider the exact timing of when the good news arrived. It did not come when you first demanded it, and did not arrive at the height of your frustration. It entered when you had matured enough to carry it without fear controlling you. That timing was not coincidence. It was calibration. Heaven calibrates before it releases. There were character adjustments happening in you that you did not even recognize. Your patience deepened. Your reaction softened. Your discernment sharpened. You stopped chasing validation and started protecting peace. Those invisible shifts prepared you for visible reward. Now you must protect this alignment. Because whenever destiny begins to unfold, distraction attempts to compete. Old habits may try to resurface subtly. Conversations that drain your energy may try to regain space. Even your own thoughts may occasionally question whether this level of blessing can truly remain. You not entertain those thoughts. You have crossed into a new awareness. You have seen what divine timing can accomplish. You have felt the shift in your home. You have witnessed relief replace tension. That evidence is your anchor. There is something else happening quietly beneath the surface. Your faith has matured from desperation to confidence. Before you prayed from a place of need. Now you pray from a place of trust. That difference changes everything. Trust stabilizes destiny. You are beginning to understand that breakthrough is not about proving yourself worthy. It is about agreeing with what was already prepared for you. The surprising day did not create your value. It revealed it. Carry that revelation carefully. As days continue to unfold, you may find yourself mentoring someone who is still waiting. You may speak encouragement into a heart that feels forgotten. You may share your testimony in a moment that feels ordinary, but impacts someone deeply. This is how destiny multiplies. Your blessing was never isolated. It was designed to ripple outward, to strengthen others, to demonstrate that perseverance produces visible reward. And I remain positioned as guardian not only of your progress, but of your purpose. There may still be challenges ahead. Growth seasons do not eliminate stretching completely, but the stretching ahead will not resemble past strain. It will be expansion, not survival. You will stretch because you are growing, not because you are breaking. Recognize the difference. Your home now carries new atmosphere. Stability has replaced uncertainty. Strategy has replaced confusion. Hope has replaced hesitation. Protect that atmosphere intentionally. Continue speaking life over your household. Continue choosing gratitude daily. The surprising day marked a doorway, but the journey continues. You are no longer asking whether change is possible. You are living inside its evidence, and that evidence demands stewardship. Stay grounded in humility. Stay alert in discernment. Stay steady in faith, because the final revelation that approaches will seal this message with authority. It will remind you that what began as a single day of surprise has become a testimony written into your legacy. Prepare your spirit for that sealing. The conclusion is not an ending. It is a commissioning. Victorious one. This is the sealing moment. What began as a whisper about a surprising day has now unfolded into a testimony of transformation. The good news that entered your home was not an isolated blessing. It was divine confirmation that you are positioned, protected, and prepared for greater. I, Archangel Michael, stand as witness to the full circle of this journey. You moved from waiting to receiving, from doubting to believing, from surviving to establishing, and now you stand commissioned. The surprising day was the spark, but the fire is ongoing. You have stepped into a dimension where you no longer question whether heaven hears you. You know it does. You have evidence. You have lived it. And that evidence changes how you walk. You will walk differently now, not arrogantly, but assured. You will speak differently, not hesitantly, but confidently. You will plan differently, not fearfully, but faithfully, because something inside you has settled. The fear that once whispered, "What if nothing changes?" hath been silenced by proof. The doubt that once said, "Maybe it's not for me," has been answered by manifestation. The tension that once filled your home has been replaced by testimony. But hear this final instruction carefully. Do not let this testimony fade into memory. Build on it. The same discipline you practiced in the waiting must continue in the blessing. Continue guarding your thoughts. Continue protecting your peace. Continue speaking gratitude over your household daily. The miracle was not just in the arrival of good news. It was in who you became while waiting for it. And that version of you must remain. There will be future prayers. There will be future goals. There will be future doors to knock on. When those moments come, remember the surprising day. Remember how impossible it once felt. Remember how suddenly it shifted. Let this memory fuel your next season of faith. Your home is marked by breakthrough now. Your atmosphere carries evidence of divine movement, and nothing that tried to stop you before has authority over where you are going next. I declare stability over your household, I declare wisdom over your decisions. I declare protection over your progress. I declare expansion over your future. This is not the end of favor. This is the beginning of legacy. And now, seal this moment prophetically. Type "IT was worth the wait" in the comments if this testimony is alive in your spirit. Blessing code 1212 is now activated over your home. Let that number remind you that divine order and divine completion are working together for you. As this blessing code settles over your life, hear this final call clearly. The same way this message reached you at the exact right moment, there are others standing on the edge of giving up who need this word today. Scripture declares, "Cast your bread upon the waters, and it shall return to you." And this is God inviting you into partnership with His movement. When you release a super thanks, step into membership, or sow through the PayPal link in the description, you are not supporting a channel. You are sending light into homes drowning in doubt. This is your moment to respond in faith. When you give, you become a sower of hope. When you partner, you become a carrier of fire. When you act, heaven records obedience. I declare that as you sow into spreading God's word, increase will pursue you, protection will surround you, and provision will locate you in unexpected ways. You not scroll past this commissioning. Act on it. Seal your obedience. Become part of this mission to reach souls across nations. The surprising day was proof. Now walk forward as living testimony,